Hello everyone. Today I am here to discuss specially for class 10th ICSE student. The thing is most of the student ask, sir, what we should prepare in physics in class 10th, especially in ICSE board, because there will be two students, there will be the two category of students, where one of the student will say, sir, I feel physics is tough but I want to score 75%, whereas the other category of the student, those who are looking to score 99% or 100% in the physics paper. So to cater both the student, we are going to discuss about the most important topics of physics, so that is going to prepare for the board examination, and especially those who are going to write the improvement examination right now, so that you can score well in the improvement exam. Now the thing is, the most important topics in physics, the amazing part is, first of all, we should be familiar with what are the topics that are carrying the maximum weightage, because once you know about it, it will be quite easy for you to crack the Da Vinci Code of physics, to crack or to gain the maximum marks in the examination. So here I am, your Vikas Sir, your Victory Sir, and I will be discussing the entire strategy about it, like how you need to prepare your physics. First of all, the very first thing that I would like to tell you, in ICSE Class 10 Physics, the most scoring chapters you should be familiar with. So here it is. The very first important chapter, that is force, work, power, energy. The very first chapter of your book, and that comprises of 19 to 25 marks. It is having a very high weightage of this chapter, force, work, power and energy. The second chapter which is carrying the maximum weightage, that is chapter light, and it carries a weightage of 20 to 25 marks. Third chapter, that is electricity and magnetism, 16 to 24 marks. And the last one, that is modern physics, which is carrying 90 to 9 to 14 marks. So here you would realize, like, out of 6 chapters, these 4 chapters are carrying the maximum weightage. Maybe most of the students are already familiar with these important chapters, but the thing is, sir, what topic should I prepare from the various chapters, so that at least I can score 75 to 80% in the improvement examination? So here are the details. If I start with the very first chapter, that is force, work, power, energy. So one by one you need to prepare. So the very first topic that you should familiar with, that is moment of force. The question based on torque, the formula, torque, force in times displacement, perpendicular distance. The questions will be based, maybe the conceptual question, maybe the numerical question might be asked. The second topic will be equilibrium. So there are questions, there are numerical based on the equilibrium that you can prepare. The third one, the center of gravity. In the center of gravity, you do not have to go so deep in numerically. What you have to do, there are particular shapes given to you in your book, even, where you need to know where the center of gravity lies. The fourth topic, that is mechanical advantage velocity ratio along with the pulley. These are the topics. Once again, that is in terms of energy, what you need to prepare, the very first thing, that is conservation of energy. There are questions, theoretical, numerical questions based on the conservation of energy that you need to prepare, along with the work energy theorem. That means you should familiar with what is kinetic energy, and along with that, the work energy theorem and its application. So these are the 6 major topics. If you are going to prepare, then you would find that the maximum questions are appearing from these particular topic from your very first chapter. The second chapter, that is light. The entire chapter is very important, but where you would find the maximum number of questions. So you would see the questions based on normal and lateral shift. The diagram based questions would be appearing in the examination. The second kind of, that would be lens. That means the formation of images, lens formula, numerical, everything can be asked out of the lens topic. Third, deviation and dispersion in prism. That means in prism, how the light is going to deviate, what will be the phenomena of dispersion. These all things would be lying in that particular topic. And last, electromagnetic spectrum. The theoretical questions are already there, so you can go with electromagnetic spectrum, how it works. The conceptual question, maybe 1 or 2 marker questions might be appear from there. The next chapter, that is electricity, and magnetism. One of the important chapter. Here are the topics. First of all, you should be familiar with Ohm's law. V equal to IR, how we can apply it, what is the uh, practical application, or how you can perform that experiment. So that verification you should know about the graph and everything. Second topic, that is combination of resistors. That means, first of all, the derivation of series and parallel combination. Apart from that, how you can apply it on the practical basis in a various circuits. So you should be familiar with the series and parallel combination. The third topic, that is fuse. After that, socket, the thick one and the thin one, and switch, dual switch especially. Like if you are going to turn on the light from the staircase, from the ground level, then you can turn off it from the first floor. So these kind of top socket, that is really important. Questions are appearing from that particular topic. The fifth one, magnetic effect of current. So how the magnetic field lines are actually forming at the various places in the magnetic effect, like the magnetic pattern that you need to prepare. And at last, transformers. So the question based on transformers would be appearing in the examination. The next chapter, that is heat. There is only one topic that you need to prepare especially, because the concepts is entirely based on the specific heat and latent heat. Once you are familiar with the specific heat and latent heat, you would be able to complete the entire calorimetry. So this is the major important topic from this chapter. This is a very small chapter, although, but what you need to prepare for the calorimetry, which also comprises of a specific heat and latent heat. Once you are familiar with this, you would be able to solve the numericals, because majorly the numericals will be appearing in the examination. Next chapter is sound. So in sound, you need to familiar with the frequency, amplitude, speed, the concepts based on the sound, and as well as echo. There is one simple formula given in the book, that is speed equals to 2d by t, twice of the distance by time. This is what you need to know, and the questions based on that. And the last topic, that is forced vibration. So you need to familiar with the forced vibration. The questions are again and again asking from that particular topic. Radioactivity, one of the chapter, and where you would be able to see the questions based on the alpha, beta, gamma particles. So the various properties based on the alpha, beta, gamma particles you should be familiar with. About the nucleus, what changes are happening, what changes we are facing in the periodic table. So changes in the nucleus is one of the major topic that you would be familiar with. And at last, nuclear reaction, that means nuclear fusion, nuclear fission, where they are going to occur. So these are the chapters, those are carrying the maximum weightage. There are 4 chapters, I already told you. And topic wise, if you are only going to prepare these topics, you would be easily going to score 75 to 80%. But still, if you are eyeing on the 100% target, then you can go for the entire topics and you would be able to achieve that. What you need to do, you have to do the writing practice. Go for it. Go for the PYQs, do the writing practice, diagram, numericals. Once this is done, you would be able to write or to achieve the maximum marks in the improvement examination. This is all from my side. Thank you so much.